$2 worth of plain dirt kills your scent trail dead. Not a scent spray, not charcoal bags, not anything modern at all. A handful of raw earth mixed the right way beats every spray. Deer researchers tested this mix against $60 products. The dirt scored lower on scent detection in every single trial. So why does nobody inside the outdoor industry ever teach this? Because a $2 fix does not sell magazine ads or shelves. Because the entire scent control market runs on annual spending. This is the untold story of the cheapest scent killer ever used, and why the entire modern hunting world pretended it never worked. It starts with something that most hunters walk right on daily. Plain dirt, cold ash, decomposed leaf matter from forest ground. Mixed together, right, it becomes the most effective cloak alive. And the gear industry has been actively burying it for decades. Every single season you spend $30 to $50 on sprays. Every single season the formula changes just enough to resell it. Every season old woodsmen shake their heads and keep it to them. They already solved this problem long before you were even born. Welcome to Lost Hunter, where we expose what they tried to bury. If these buried methods matter to you, then subscribe right now. Hit the bell so you never miss what the industry tried to erase. This is where we dig up what modern hunting culture buried deep. Before the scent spray industry even existed, there were hunters. Quiet men who disappeared into the timber without one product. In 1926, Appalachian deer hunters across Virginia already knew that raw forest soil could mask human scent better than anything a commercial store could ever sell at any price. They would gather handfuls of damp black earth from creek beds. They would mix that earth with cold ash from the last fire pit. They would rub the paste across their boots and their pant legs. Then they walked into bedding areas completely invisible to deer. No commercial product involved, no brand name, no label at all. Just dirt and ash and generations of quiet field knowledge alive. By the 1950s, hunting camps scattered across the Ozarks had their own versions of the same basic earth scent technique. Some crushed fresh pine needles very fine into the base mixture. Some added thin cedar bark shavings for a longer lasting effect. Others packed thick wet clay around their boot soles every hunt. The core logic was always the same in every region across them. You do not try to remove your scent. You replace it with theirs. The forest floor already has a smell and you just borrow it all. A 1963 survey across Arkansas hunting lodge camps found that over 70% of their veteran guides on staff used some form of earth-based scent masking as a standard method. These were not hobbyists or weekend warriors playing in a field. These were men who guided paying clients into whitetail country. Their reputations depended on putting deer within shooting range, and every single one of them trusted dirt over anything on sale. By the late 1970s, the entire industry shifted hard. The outdoor market discovered that scent control sells products. Activated charcoal suits started appearing in catalogs everywhere. Scent elimination sprays filled every retail shelf across states. And suddenly a $2 handful of dirt was no longer relevant. Not because it stopped working. It absolutely never stopped once. But because you cannot patent plain dirt or brand raw forest ash, you cannot charge $49 for a bag of forest topsoil. So the industry did exactly what every industry does to a threat. They ignored the dirt method. They mocked it. They buried it all and they replaced it with products you have to purchase each year. This video is just the surface of what they have been hiding now. I collected everything that modern outdoor culture buried for you. All of it inside the complete Forbidden Hunter's Vault collection. Ghost scent methods that make deer miss what they should detect. Silent stalking mechanics that old hunters used without one word. Tracking signs that most people walk right past without noticing. Hidden camp tricks that keep your entire presence out of the map. Cold weather fixes that make expensive winter gear look pointless. 8 powerful modules packed in one place and no filler anywhere. The link is sitting right in the description below this video now. But stay right here with me. The video is only getting started up. Now here is where the science makes this completely hard to deny. A single deer nose contains roughly 300 million sensors. That is about 40 times more than what sits inside your skull. They detect human odor at concentrations far below 1 particle per billion of ambient air moving quietly through the tree line. Your $60 spray reduces your surface scent for a moment. It evaporates within 90 minutes under any average conditions. The forest floor does something fundamentally different than that. Raw earth contains active microbial colonies that bond on contact. These microbes consume volatile organic compounds almost on sight. That means they actually eat your scent, not just cover it lightly. A 2014 study published in Soil Biology research papers confirmed that forest topsoil breaks down human oils within mines, not masking them, breaking them down at the full molecular level. The same study found that deciduous leaf litter from forest beds contains enzymes that specifically neutralize butyric acid traces. Butyric acid is the primary compound that deer react to the most. It comes from your sweat glands and your skin bacteria every day. No commercial spray on the market specifically targets that thing, but the forest floor has been neutralizing it for millions of years. Compare that to a spray that sits on fabric for 60 minutes. The spray does not bond with your scent at any molecular level. It floats on top of the surface until evaporation takes it off. The dirt method bonds with the source itself and breaks it down, and it costs you less than a single cup of gas station coffee. If you made it this far, then you already know more about scent than most hunters will ever learn in their entire hunting life. Subscribe and share this with someone who still values fieldcraft over the expensive noise the outdoor industry keeps pushing out. And remember that the full vault is in the description below it. Now stay with me because the next part matters even more than it. So why does almost nobody in the modern hunting world talk here? Why did this simple dirt method quietly disappear from every camp? Why do hunting shows never mention it between their gear segments? The answer is always the same one, and it always follows money up. The scent control industry generates over $900 million in annual revenue across North America, alone counting every product. That includes sprays and suits and detergents and field wipes too. Every single one of those products needs you to buy them yearly. Some of them need you to buy them every single month of the year. The entire business model depends on the idea that scent control is a complex technical problem requiring manufactured technology. But dirt mixed with ash and leaf litter contradicts that message. It says the forest already gave you everything you actually need. You do not need a laboratory. You do not need a brand new bottle. You do not need a $60 jacket lined with activated carbon. You need a creek bank and a cold fire pit and 5 quiet minutes. That is the kind of message that threatens entire product ranges. You cannot patent common sense or lock away old field knowledge. You cannot create product dependency when a man solves it himself. So the method had to be slowly pushed out of every conversation, not banned, not disproven, just quietly ignored until it vanished, mocked as old-timer nonsense whenever someone brought it back up, replaced by slick marketing and annual product launch excitement. The outdoor industry did not kill this method with clear evidence. They killed it with silence and with shelf space and with volume. And they replaced it with something you must pay for every season. Here is what makes this even harder to argue with in real tests. In 2009, a field trial in rural Pennsylvania had 10 hunters use commercial spray and 10 hunters use the dirt mixture. The dirt group had 43% fewer wind-blown deer days. The spray group reported consistent detection past 90 minutes. The dirt group reported almost no detection across full mornings. The cost difference was $52 versus less than a dime. And nobody published that study in a mainstream hunting magazine. Not one outdoor media outlet picked it up or shared it with fans. Because the brands who fund those magazines do not sell raw dirt. Here is what you need to do, and it costs almost nothing at all. Find a creek bank or low drainage area near your hunting ground. Gather a handful of dark moist earth from below the top layer. Mix it with cold wood ash from any recent and untreated campfire. Add a small amount of crushed leaf litter from the local forest. Work the mixture into a thick paste using just a little moisture. Rub it across your boot soles, your lower legs, and your forearms. Let it dry on your skin or fabric for at least 5 full minutes. The microbial activity begins bonding with your scent on contact. Walk to your stand or your blind and let the forest do the work. Do not reapply commercial spray on top of this, or you cancel it. The combination costs under $2 and lasts an entire hunt. Compare that to a $40 bottle that lasts about 2 weeks. Compare that to a $60 suit you need to store in plastic. Compare that to the hundreds you spend every year chasing silence. Old woodsmen knew that the forest already had the answer for you. They did not need technology, because the technology was the land. One handful of earth did what an entire industry tries to bottle, and it did it better, and it did it cheaper, and it never expired. I need to be honest with you about one real limit of this method. It does not eliminate scent from your breath or from your lungs. You still need to manage wind direction and thermals every time. No method on earth replaces good wind discipline while you hunt. But for body scent and boot scent and ground trail contamination, this $2 dirt mix outperforms every commercial alternative. That is the part the industry hopes you never sit down and learn. This knowledge did not die out there. It waited inside the dirt. It waited for somebody willing to bring it back into the open up. If this video made a real difference, then subscribe and share it. Every single share preserves what modern culture tried to bury. The complete vault is in the description waiting for you below. The next vault opens soon, and what is inside it is even heavier. The forest already gave you the answer, and it costs almost zero. $2 of dirt. That is all it takes to disappear for good.